Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Subbed in for Thompson. Then for the Cavaliers, Thompson comes in for Mozgov, and it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Williams is out there with J.R. Smith, and it's Thompson in at the center, locking down the middle. It's a pick by Love. It's Williams with the drive. The rebound by Roten. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
Here's James. And it's rebounded by Covington. For Philadelphia, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And stolen by Williams. There's the dish to Love. Cleveland moving the ball around. Six on the shot clock. And another miss by Cleveland.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
And it's Freak missing.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Williams gets the bucket.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Okafor with the screen on Williams. Freak passes to Roten. Covington inside the line. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Left side, Williams. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Well, and of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Okafor. J.R. Sampson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Tony Roten. Williams dishes to Bergeron. Thompson and the powerful one-handed slam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Cannon kicks the Freak. And stolen by Williams. Outside jumper. Shoots from the elbow. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been... And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every...
I go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing, guys that I know.
I think you'd have to say the preparation. Smith subbed in for Iman Shumpert. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. So on the floor for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Mozgov in at the 5.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it. He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. As long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Carl Landry.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. He had a strong showing last season. 8th in three-point shooting, 9th in scoring, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And, you know, back to his tremendous efficiency from 3 last year, I tell you what, he's truly a dead-eye shooter when he gets a good look.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Thompson's checked in.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. Got a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best. In the game.
Agreed.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
And, you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. 4th, the 76ers.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter. And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie. After sitting out the 2014 season, he looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
One more time, give it up for your dream team.
Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter.
And for Noel, I really think he took off in the back half of the season. up his scoring, his shooting percentage, and his rebounding. You can see him getting better almost every game.
The 76ers have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
And by the end of the season last year, Noel was completely different as a player. Always a defensive force in the league. His development is probably going faster than many expected.
One more time, give it up for your dream team.
.59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. James in the post. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Okafor with the ball. Guarded now by Kevin Love. Okafor, the pass to Freak. Out left to the wing. Clock at 6. The long distance three is good. Freak's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Boy, they've been leaning on that outside shot a little too much here in the second.
And Clark, it's starting to let him down. They've mostly been off target.
That's good. 7 points for LeBron.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Freak with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against Utah. There's a screen by Noel. Off the screen, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And a pretty tight... Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Cleveland also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Iman Shumpert in for J.R. Smith. The lengthy duo of Noel and Embiid down low. Freak is out there with Cannon. And it's Sampson in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the third straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
Pick by Varejao. And it's Shumpert penetrating. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Boy, he blew the easy two by Profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Cleveland.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Cleveland leading by 6. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Shumpert's got his first points in this one.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Pass to Freak. Over to the wing. Cannon dishes to Noel. There's the pick. Freak kicks to Sampson. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And Cannon gets it to go. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Shumpert. Varejao setting the pick for Shumpert. He dishes it to Varejao. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Cannon kicks to Freak. Off target with his 3. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Heat.
You just have to admire the versatility they were able to display offensively.
Scoring came from every direction, all over the place. I mean, if one approach didn't work for them, they found another one that did.
The drive by James comes up empty down low. Here's Freak. That misses. Would have counted it. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. Some changes here for the 76ers. Noel's checked in for Landry. And Freak subbed in for Tony Wroten. So on the floor for Cleveland, the forwards are LeBron and Thompson. Kyrie Irving is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Varejao in at the center. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
Stolen.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Cleveland.
Good point, Steve. And Clark, they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
I like their fortitude, their toughness, particularly in terms of dealing with adversity. Anytime things didn't go their way, they just put their nose down and stayed with it. And because of that, they were able to pull away.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And they'll take the win tonight.
Tell you about Vic. I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's going to be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
It's the Eastern Conference on display featuring the Philadelphia 76ers. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. For the Knicks, they continue their stretch of home. Porzingis. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Noel's checked in for Landry. J.K. Sampson comes in for Robert Covington. Roten's checked in for Hollis Thompson. And Freak subbed in for Cannon. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Freak, he's in at the point. Okafor out there with Noel. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's Sampson in at the three.
You know, there was a bunch of stuff that went wrong for the Knicks last season, and we don't have enough time to get into all of it. One thing that was at least decent was their play within the division.
Too easy.
Well, last season the Knicks did finish last in the Atlantic Division, but they at least took 5 games off the rest of the teams.
Yeah, and listen, they would like to avoid slipping back into the mid-2000s when they came in last in that Atlantic Division 4 out of 5 years. The division is still up for grabs year to year, so maybe the Knicks can get back on track faster than most teams that only win 17 games.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And Aflalo kicks to Calderon. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first quarter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
Yeah, that's a great fadeaway to borrow from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game. And this shot makes that even deadlier.
Aflalo dishes to Calderon.
The only color I care about is green. Money.
Mr. Dom Pagnotti.